Cool and the gang. Hey guys, and welcome to a new episode of What the Wea podcast. I am right here with my friend Chris. How the fuck are you doing today, Chris?
I'm doing very well.
You're doing very well.
Yeah.
Really? And we have a guest today with us.
We do.
Why don't you introduce him, Chris? Or maybe he can introduce himself.
What's up, dudes? I'm Brett Wexler.
Brett Wexler.
I've met Brett on the comedy circuit. Performing at some bars around here in Santiago.
Okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, we had a mutual friend in Panqueque.
Okay.
Improvising comedian.
All right, yeah, I've heard of him.
He's
I know
cool.
him.
Yeah.
Is he a cool guy?
Super cool guy.
So,
I'm really happy to be here, dude. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. So you're a comedian then, too?
Yeah.
What the I hate comedians, man. All you do is bring comedians here. I love
That's
that
true.
face. I love that face that he puts. You know what? This guy, many times he can't get my jokes. Sometimes I'll say something and he'll just stare at me like, really? But I'm just kidding. I don't hate comedians.
I know he hates comedians. I know he hates comedians, man.
Come on. No, I don't. The other day,
Fucking
he was
comedians.
Dude, I saw you're reviewing like Audio Levy.
Yeah.
One of the movies of Nicolas Lopez.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you just go through every comedian in the movie. Just like, yeah, this guy sucks. You mentioned Panqueque, you're like, sucks.
Yeah, he sucks. They all suck.
He was in that movie? He was in one of those movies?
He was in, what's it called? Fuerzas Especiales?
That's the one, Presidente.
Yeah. Fuerzas
That's fucking
Especiales.
funny.
With Freire. And
Yeah, he sucks too. They all suck.
I just saw Freire live.
I know. I saw you had a story with him.
Dude, he's a really good performer. Holy shit.
Yeah,
He's
he must be. I mean, I don't know. I just think they all suck, man. I mean,
Yeah.
I just kind of hate them more than like their show. It's just like them as people, like from what I know and what I've heard, and like people that I would like to kind of like steer clear from.
The truth comes out.
I don't know. I don't know if that's the way. I mean, you're in the comedy circuit. Is it that way, or am I just really biased?
No, I mean, you have to be a real fucked up person to try to do comedy. You know what I mean? To get up on stage and try to make people fucking laugh.
I feel like stand-up's
Yeah.
the weirdest version of it.
Why? Why is that?
Well, dude, pretty much all actors, I think, and people successful in show business, you know, they all have, like, most of the time, you know, fucked up lives, a past, a history, all kinds of shit and drama to bring them into the world to want to make people laugh, you know, and do well at it, you know. It's a fucking statistic for sure in Hollywood.
Robin Williams.
The fact it's just you.
It's a great example.
Yeah, Robin Williams is great.
Robin Williams is a great example. That's so weird, man.
No, that guy's so ridiculously blessed, like, and cursed at the same time.
Yeah, but I wonder what is it though? Like, what would take him? Because I don't know, man. Like, well, I never knew the guy, obviously, but from what I can see, he was killing it. You know, he always killed it.
Oh, incredible! When he's on stage,
And then he killed himself.
Yeah.
He did. Well, you know, he saw if you look into it, you analyze the depression he had and everything. I mean, when you're making money, you have all the drugs and alcohol and pussy that you want, and you're doing well. But you're still depressed because you can see. When you reach a level, you tend to be able to see the world for what it really is, and it's a great, beautiful place. But it's also fucked up and really depress you when you look at it. And some people can't handle it, and that's an example with him. You know, and he was really fucked up because of how shit really was, and even with all that cool stuff he had and everything he did, he fucking killed himself, man. You have to be really fucking sad to do that.
Yeah, right? You have to be really fucking sad to do that.
God damn.
But what
On
do
a
you
positive
think
note.
But what do you think that he saw though? Like what could he be open to? Like,
just his brain was so fast. Have you seen the interview? It's one of the his last one on Clips, when it's like he's being interviewed and the guy's like, so just bring us inside your brain, Robin. Like, tell us, are you just faster than us, or what the fuck is going on in your head?
Oh, of course I've seen it.
You see this one?
Yeah, I saw
and
it.
He goes on this
No.
he goes on like this 8-minute rant. He goes, he like opens up his brain, does this 8-minute improvised rant where he just has all these different characters, and it's like all the best things you love about Robin Williams. And it's like the last glimpse I had at that, from what I remember from his clips, where it's just like he's just so fucking rapid fast, and people just say one word, and he's got a joke, and he's got a scene, and it's perfectly laid out. It's like you could sit there and try to write what he's doing for like a year to try to come up with this, but he did it in an instant, and it's better than you could ever imagine.
Yeah, very talented, right?
Yeah.
Super talented motherfucker. It's a shame
Yeah, it fucking sucks.
You know, what kind of
about-
shit did he see? Probably it's just all the whole fucking way the industries fucking fuck shit up for
Yeah,
everybody.
literally
He's fucked.
The chemicals in his brain too. I think like when he's on, he was really fucking on, and then when he's off, it's like a jazz musician, right? Like when they're
that's
performing, it's like they're so happy. Every single like endorphin, serotonin, all that shit is firing at a high level. When they're not, it's just like, wow. Yeah, all of a sudden everything starts creeping in. Like I have a
For
bad
sure.
relationship with my ex-wife, and I don't know, like I don't have any real friends or anything. Like I don't know, whatever.
Yeah,
is.
I think it has to do something like with that, with loneliness, because everybody, I guess he didn't have like real friends. Everybody was just like, hey, this is Robin Williams, you know, maybe I can make it if I'm his friend or something.
Well, I mean, dude,
that must be tiring.
I would imagine probably 99.99999% of the time that fucking guy wasn't. He had to act like a different person most of the time. Couldn't be himself. Probably had fucking very select people where he could actually sit down, relax, and be himself.
Be himself.
You know, that's tough, man, and that does make you lonely.
Just
Yeah.
because the other version of Robin Williams is so spectacular.
Yeah,
God, it was almost worth it that we ruined his life just so we can get his entertainment because it was that good.
that's why they always say like you never got to meet your idols, because then you see them and they're like, oh, they're just like a random ass boring guy.
Yeah.
You know, like when they're not performing.
Yeah.
I guess. Did you ever see this clip on? It was Jim Carrey. Did you see one where when he turned like into a painter or whatever? It was
Oh,
called
he's
like.
a fucking good painter.
He's a really good painter.
Oh my God.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Jim
he
Carrey?
paints like really good.
He's incredible. His house is like decked with paintings.
Yeah.
He just wakes up and he paints. That's what he just does when
Yeah,
he's
he's
lonely.
just in his pajamas all day painting, and he has like this fucked up beard, you know. And then I saw one where he was like at a show. He hadn't been seen in TV like for a while, and then he showed up again, and all the audience was clapping at him, and he was just looking at them like, these mother. I kind of think that it comes to a certain point where you start like to hate the audience.
Well, he's a real. If you do your research about him, and you know, it's funny because they'll say he's crazy. They'll tell you he's fucking crazy. He went bonkers, but he's got a real grip on reality and how shit is, and he got that because he secluded himself. He was by himself. He did mushrooms, which is the fucking future of medicine, and he fucking really understands, like Robin Williams, like everything we're doing is fucking.
Beautiful.
It's temporary. It ain't worth it. This fucked up system. Most people are sleeping. When you really analyze this is why these dudes killed themselves.
Yeah.
This is why they were depressed, and this is what they see on their journey and on getting to success and doing fucking psychedelics.
Yeah, because go ahead.
I think so much of like their success is predicated on their own enthusiasm, on them being like, this is great. When I get there, it's gonna be amazing. And they got all this built up enthusiasm. Then they get there and they realize like,
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
yeah, then all of a sudden like it's just like,
What's behind the curtain?
now what?
Yeah.
Oh, actually there's,
Now what?
now it's just me.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens if I don't have enthusiasm? It's like,
Yeah.
oh, actually this is just terrible.
And why feel enthusiasm? Like you already made it. Because yeah, everybody strives towards something every day. Like you want to be successful, or you want to make money, or you want to get a lot of pussy, or whatever.
Yeah.
And then it's valid, man. Maybe
Totally.
dick. You could want a lot of dick, maybe. You know, if you're a woman or a fag. And so then you get all that and all the drugs and all the money and everything. So what now? You know, imagine like these people.
More drugs,
More
more
drugs.
money,
Yeah.
more shit.
But there has to be a point where you're like, okay, I'm not enjoying this anymore. Like imagine like Jim Carrey, he could eat whatever the fuck he wants every day. Can you do that?
You
No.
No.
No,
None
I
of us can do
can't.
that.
You
No.
can eat off of whatever he wants, off the body of whatever person he desires.
Yeah, you know, like imagine today I feel
Infinite-
like, I don't know, this, and you can eat it every day. You don't have to be like, oh, I'm running out of money, oh, I gotta wait till the end of the month.
As many
Yes.
Pop-Tart s'mores as you want
As much.
Rico.
for the
Yeah.
rest of my life, and candy corn.
Yeah.
I saw those, dude. You got the candy corn over
Yeah,
there.
I asked Chris to bring them for him.
Right on,
bring,
dude.
Bring them for me. Because he told me they suck. I think I haven't eaten them in a long time. And I remember loving them. Maybe I'll try them now and it'll be shit.
Yeah, dude, you'll eat all of them and then you'll shit out one big candy corn.
Huge ass candy corn. So how long have you been here, Brett?
Like
What
like
brings
10
you
to
to
11
our
years.
humble abode today?
You know, I say like, you know, I fell in love. Honestly, I came here with my ex-wife. I was married for like 8 years,
And she was from here?
yeah, she's from here.
Okay.
You know, and so like just get that out of the way. That's what brought me here, and so I
you
stay
met
here
her
for
in the
my
States
kids.
And she was traveling? Or
Pretty
what?
much, we were traveling around, man. And so, like, coming here, I got here. I was I don't know about Chris, but I was a real stupid, typical gringo that just uneducated, and you know, I always thought I grew up normal, but coming here in Chile and doing the things that I learned traveling and everything, I see that I fucking really grew up like gringo flight, which I'm very grateful for. But it's like, you know, coming here to Chile, I didn't even know where it was on the map, dude. I only knew about it in Something About Mary. When something about Mary says, "Have you been to Santiago, Chile?"
Yeah, he says twice last year.
That's the only fucking thing I knew about Chile, man.
Yeah, that was Tucker.
Who the fuck's been to Santiago, Chile twice?
He was like, twice last year. Where can I see your work? And he's like, did you build the Estadio Nacional? He said something like that.
Oh,
like,
really?
I saw there's something about Mary not too long ago. And just to remember that part.
Estadio Nacional?
I don't know if it's the Estadio Nacional, but he says something like that.
I think it was.
And then Pat Healy, Matt Dillon, he says, no, just the building around the corner or something like that.
It's a fucking funny movie.
Yeah. Matt Dillon's great. Matt Dillon is great.
Yeah, so that's why I'm here.
Film. You kind of sound like Matt. Your voice.
Your voice kind of sounds a bit like Matt Dillon.
Really?
Yeah. You go like Puffer. Remember with the dog? And there's something about Mary that he tries to revive him. Puffer.
They give him drugs.
Yeah. So what do you do here so you got here with your ex-wife and then
I do a lot of things. I'm really focused on comedy, but you know, I started here as an English teacher, and then probably after a year maximum of doing that, I became an impresario and started working. I started my own English institute that I had for a long time, for 10 years.
You had an institute of your own. What was it called?
Wexler.
Wexler.
That's an awesome name, man.
Thanks.
Wex Luther.
Wex Luther. I like that.
No, Wexler is pretty cool.
But I also try to do all kinds of other projects and everything, and you know, I'm really focused on comedy right now. And I sell toilet paper today and all those you know, cleaning products and shit. And you know, I do whatever the fuck I can to be able to focus on comedy, and because it's all usually at night. You know?
Yeah, comedy is usually like a night gig.
Yeah, so it's like I can, you know, focus on the day and all that stuff.
So during the day you sell like toilet paper? That's like your job? So when you said that you became an impresario, was it with that or was it with the institute you said? It
was with the institute, man. I had a project. I was trying to like work in the cannabis industry. You know?
Really?
Yeah. I opened that business probably like 7 years too early.
Oh man, I was gonna say like now, probably not a bad time.
Now wouldn't be a bad time.
Yeah, I fucked up. Yeah. Honest to God, man. And so like I've tried to do just about fucking anything in this country, man. I have, you know, corazón chileno. I always say, man, and I have the fucking gringo thing.
That's higher?
Yeah, but it's like, you know, the only thing I knew is Chile. I learned everything here, dude. You know?
Really?
So,
how old were you when you got here?
I guess I was like 26.
Okay, so you're 36 now.
I'm 37.
37. Okay, so it's been like 10 years here, working in everything. And what happened with Wexler?
I fucked it up.
You fucked it up.
Yeah, I lost it all.
That's a lot. Not many people can say that. I fucked it up.
Yeah, I did.
Or both of those statements.
Yeah.
Unique.
I'm old school here in Chile, you know, doing business, and I was here when Bachelet was president for the first time, man.
Okay.
And you know, with Piñera right there that first time too, it was really fucking good times, you know.
Okay.
And everybody was happy, everybody had money and everything, and I mean, just when Bachelet became president, my fucking wife left me. I fucking literally like the dollar went to shit and the copper went to shit.
I remember that.
And so when I should have got cut costs and laid low, I fucking invested and fucking tried to make it big. You know?
Oh God. But you
baby steps, guys. Baby steps.
That's
for
the
sure.
Key. That's the word of the day. Baby steps.
Baby steps.
Baby steps. You know, pasitos cortitos.
Or baby arm.
Well, what's a baby arm?
Baby arm holding an apple.
No, never heard that one.
Oh, that's like
I thought baby arm was like a dick or something.
I thought
dick.
it's supposed to be a dick? Okay.
Yeah, some people are like, I got a baby arm holding an apple. It's like to say big dick.
A baby arm holding an apple. I never
Somebody
heard of
said that. I think it was like Richard Pryor.
He's fucking funny.
It was one of those.
God bless him, dude.
Who? What's his name?
Richard Pryor.
I don't know him. Richard Pryor.
Dude, that dude.
The founders of comedy in the United States.
That dude like set himself on fire, man, on accident. That dude, he's got stories, man. See, everybody's got fucking stories.
He's the first well-known black comedian in the United States.
I'm gonna look for him
in the 70s, late 60s and 70s.
Okay.
Oh, he's. I mean, like before Eddie Murphy. and I don't know, before
Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby, Cat Williams, all those guys.
Before Bill Cosby. What in the end happened to Kevin Hart? Do you remember that he had like an accident that they said that maybe he was going to be a vegetable?
No, I think he was okay.
No, he's okay now?
I didn't know that happened. That guy's funny.
Yeah, he's funny. He had like a huge accident, almost like Paul Walker style accident. He was driving. He was driving like really fucking fast, and then he went off a cliff or something like that. And I remember the preliminary reports were saying that he was going to be a vegetable.
Jesus
God
Christ, man.
damn,
Yeah,
dude.
but I don't know what happened. I remember hearing about that.
I heard he was in critical condition.
Well,
Yeah.
shout out to him and his fucking family, man. God damn,
Yeah.
that sucks. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
but,
crazy.
No, I
I-
think he's okay now.
I usually don't give a shit about actors, you know, and I've learned that the social
got so
media
much
is all
money, yeah.
bullshit, and it's like I really try to be just organic as much as I can, face to face with people, and use the social media for what I can to grow.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, dude, that guy seems like he was, he went through the ring. Kevin Hart's a dude that fucking never gave up.
No.
Keep going. He was doing fucking this shit when I was like out of high school. He was fucking doing
He's been-
movies and shit.
But he's one of the comedians where it's like you can't make an hour-long special every year without a lot of help. Like I'm
Yeah.
sure he's got a lot of script writers or something.
But he has good script writers then.
Yeah.
He's known himself like to surround himself with good people. It says
That's
here
important.
Kevin Hart continues to recover after sustaining serious injuries in a car accident earlier this month. Spinal injuries.
Oof.
So I
Throwing
guess-
that changed everything right there.
Yeah,
right?
his spine is like,
Yeah, because the spine's fucked up. In similar photos, a big occasion, does that happen? No. Says that he's like recovering, I guess. Although he was able to walk away from the scene of the accident, the comedian was later transported to the hospital where he spent 10 days and underwent surgery before being transferred to a live-in rehabilitation facility. Hart finally returned home on around September 20th, where he's continuing his recovery, which is expected to include months of physical therapy. He is expected to make a full recovery, though.
Oh, good for him. All right, never mind.
You know who had an accident, a car accident that actually it really hurt him?
Bernie
Tracy
Mac?
Morgan.
Tracy Morgan?
Tracy Morgan is not the same guy he was before. Have you seen him now?
No, I haven't seen him now.
He went through a bad car accident 5 years ago. This is the guy from 30 Rock.
Yeah, no,
I saw him
Morgan.
at the Improv like fucking like 15 years ago.
Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
He's really, really funny.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Now
he
he's a
doesn't
different
sound the
guy?
same. Yeah, I think he hurt his brain a little bit.
When you stare death in the face, they say that it changes you a lot. Fucks you up big time.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess Kevin Hart's going to be fine.
God bless him.
Yeah, he's a funny dude, man. I
Why
like
couldn't
him.
it be Nicolas Lopez one?
Yeah, it could have been him. You like Chappelle at all? Dave Chappelle?
Sure. Yeah. All right, dude. Remember Half Baked? Remember Half Baked? Fucking love it, dude. Thurgood Jenkins.
Yeah. It's weird how his persona is like, he looks like a really normal ass dude. Like from because all the comedians, they do show like at least a little bit of flash, you know, like the nice car. But at least Dave Chappelle, he always shows up like wearing like some random ass clothes.
Oh no, that guy's totally Flash. He's
Yeah, you
totally
think so?
Flash.
Yeah?
Apparently, like, I don't know. I heard on Joe
I
Rogan's
mean, I've
podcast.
seen him like now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he'll rent out a whole gigantic tour bus just to go from the gig
Yeah, of course.
to a private screening of a movie.
Yeah,
It's not like
you're
a
right.
private
I don't know
screening
why
of
I
Once
said
Upon a
that.
Time in
Yeah,
Hollywood.
you're right.
Yeah, like he's all about the lifestyle. Yeah.
But he lives like in Ohio or something like that.
Yeah. He
Or
has,
is
like,
that just part of his act?
No, he does.
Oh, he does.
A lot of them do. Jon Stewart lives on a small farm in New Jersey by himself now, like with his family.
Really?
Yeah.
That'd be really fucking nice, man. I'll tell you that.
Could you live that way?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah?
I mean, I'd like to be able to have a fucking place in the city to go to and shit, like, obviously, because, you know, too much extreme of something is, you know, but fuck, yeah, I could.
I've got a buddy.
Live
he
off the land?
Just moved to Patagonia. He lived in Santiago for 4 years, fell in love, then went with his girlfriend. Now they live in Patagonia in a really tiny fucking town. I don't know the name.
And what do they do there?
He has like a chicken farm.
Really?
Yeah. And he teaches English classes. But
Yeah.
like, he gets like a 40-minute bus into town. That's how far out they are.
40 minutes.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And it
That's
just, he
gotta
said it
get old
snowed.
soon.
He said it snows there all the time. And he's
I mean,
like,
it's cold, too.
Yeah. I think like to me, if I were ever to retire, like whenever I retire, I would like to live like down in the south somewhere. Not completely secluded, like there's no internet there. But,
Sure, yeah, I
but,
dig
you know,
it,
like
you
a
know?
nice ass place,
Yeah.
a little garden there. You know?
Oh, man, just to the fuck out of Santiago. I mean, I love chill. I love Santiago, but dude, you know, it's like people work to get the fuck out for the weekend and shit.
Right? I was
Yeah.
talking the other day to this guy. He lives in he lives elsewhere, like in Valparaíso, Viña del Mar or something like that.
Yeah.
And he's trying to make it, like he's trying to have like a better lifestyle, like make more money and shit like that. And I'm like, you gotta go to Santiago, man. He's like, I don't want to go to Santiago. I don't like Santiago. I'm like, dude, nobody likes Santiago, man.
I was like that for my first 4 years in Chile.
Really?
It's like, oh, those idiots that live in Santiago. What fucking idiots.
Fucking pricks.
Stupid people.
Yeah, it was all I knew, when I came here to Chile. Like, I can spend the rest of my fucking life getting to know new places in Chile. Mm-hmm. I really think that, man. And so, there are really... If it wasn't for my kids... Dude, if it wasn't for my kids, I'd probably be fucking living on the beach, like in Cambodia and shit, just killing myself softly and happy, all right?
Really?
Yeah, for sure. But, like, I stay here in Chile for my kids, so I stay here in Santiago for my kids. Mm-hmm. Fuck me, man. I could fucking go... I'm really confident I could go with no ego to a fucking place on the beach or outside of Santiago, start from zero and do it again, man, and live fucking nice and happy and tranquilo, but I'd be away from my kids.
Yeah.
Which doesn't fucking solve anything.
No, of course not. So you don't live with your wife anymore?
No.
No, but you live with your kids, or you just see your kids?
I see my kids, and they have their time with me in my place and all that. It's fucking cool. We got a great relationship.
Great. Yeah, that's the important thing. Here in Chile, dads aren't that cool. Like most, if you talk to Chilean people, are like my daddy, and fuck him. Like so.
Pack of cigarettes.
Yeah, going out for a pack of smokes and then never coming back.
Holy shit! Not me, man. Their mom would like to. Oh, never mind. I got nothing but respect for their mom.
Good. Yeah, good. I remember my dad talking like that bitch, like my mom. Like, my mom, man. Come on. Yeah, like come on, she's my mom, man. He would say shit like that. Fuck. Yeah, it's hard. I guess some people aren't just grown enough to like handle that type of relationship. Cause maybe you could like really hate your wife, but your kids don't have to know about that.
No, well, I mean, I guess the kids, the most important thing, dude, try to treat... I'll tell you what, I'm really happy they have my influence of, California, roughnecking it, and, starting from the bottom type fucking attitude to teach them and show them that.
Starting from the bottom, now we're here.
Yeah. Hey.
So, I mean, I'll tell you what, man, living in Bella Vista, like, really made our relationship even better, man. Like,
Really?
Oh, it's great.
So you live in Bella Vista?
Now, yeah.
Okay. When you first got here, where did you live at?
I've lived in lots of comunas here, lots of places. Like Providencia, La Dehesa, Las Condes, fucking now in Recoleta, I get for Bella Vista. Yeah.
Okay, so like Recoleta to La Dehesa, that's like a huge stretch.
No, me personally, man, I went from El Golf to fucking El Bella Vista.
Really?
Yeah, very nice fucking apartment, all that stuff, and it was fucking. It is what it is, and fucking I accepted it, and I came here to Bella Vista with a great attitude, and it has been fucking fantastic, dude.
Great.
Yeah.
That's great to hear. So you live on your own now in Bella Vista?
Yeah, it's awesome.
And your main source of income comes from comedy?
No, man. No.
That's never the case for anybody.
I mean, even like
every comedian that I met, at least.
Unlike Edo Caroe.
Unlike,
if you perform at casinos on a regular basis, that's your main source of income.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that comedians have to. I just think that comedians have to be smart. It's show business, and you have to create your own unique business out of what you're doing. And it's not just one thing that you follow. You're going to create, you have your own, it's your business, it's your brand, it's what you're doing, and you can create whatever the fuck you want. So there's no like strict guidelines, but no one's really going to make any real money going out there doing a show and then gone and collect the money and doing a show. I mean, you have to tour, you have to work hard, you have to do all that shit. And
social media is a big part of that too, right?
It's the only reason why I fuck with it, man.
Same here. I only got the Instagram just because of my channel. Otherwise, I would never. I don't have like food or shit like that. I don't understand people that do that.
Oh, dude, I do it.
You do it?
It's like they gotta capture
your food. Yeah, but you're a fucking gringo though. Like that's like your character, right? So you're like, I'm eating lentejas, like
exactly.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Zapallo.
Yeah, zapallo. Yeah.
¿Cuál es cocha yo-yo?
So
man, I've delivered pizzas, bro, to make money.
Here in Chile also.
I've delivered toilet paper to fucking make the money, man.
That's funny. I've also worked in many things here and abroad. Because when I was in the States, I was a kid, so I never got to work. But in Canada, I worked in many places too. But here is where I've worked the most. I've done like the most random ass shit. I remember once. I don't think if I ever told you. I worked at a place. So there was this music warehouse, and they were selling, like, they were going out of business or something. So they were selling, like, all the fucking it was, when MP3 started coming out. So, like, music CDs, they were, like, on the way out. So I used to stand with a sign I swear to God, that
Like
had
you're
an
like the
arrow.
liquidación?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I used to stand with a sign that had an arrow that said like music, liquidación.
Oh, you're like the Joker. You were the Joker.
Oh, I was the Joker.
What's up?
I was the Joker.
Don't say anything, man.
That's just the first scene. That's the first scene.
No, of course. Sorry.
You saw it too?
Yeah, we both saw it.
Motherfuckers.
Yeah,
man.
but you saw it. It's in the trailer. He has a sign. Okay, that's it. That's it about the Joker. Nothing else about the Joker. Promise. So I had a sign that had an arrow that said like music sale and an arrow, and then over there will be another bitch with a sign, and the arrow somewhere else.
Okay, you're a sign guy number 2.
Yeah. I was like, there was like 7 of us because if
Right.
you were driving, you would have to follow like our signs to get there.
The boss shows up. He's like, "Do you really want to be side guy number 1? You gotta wiggle it like this,
You gotta
man.
wiggle it like this.
You wiggling like this? I don't like that. You're gonna
Yeah.
be sign guy number 4. You see him?
Yeah, no, it was just a sign like this, and then fucking trucks would go by and they fly it the fuck out, and I would be standing there all day, like from 9 in the morning till like 6 in the afternoon, and they paid you 5 lucas.
Oh my god! The
I
whole
was
day?
young,
Tough
though.
gig.
Per hour?
The whole day. 5 lucas.
God.
So at the end, there would be a Toyota Yaris that would went and pick you up. He was like the guy. Sometimes, like, you would fuck around, sit down, would try to take a nap, but you had to be eyeful for the fucking Toyota. Because he was like, you know, the manager. He'd be, oh, there he is. He'd stand up, looking all cheerful. And yeah, then he'd go pick you up and he'd drop you off at the fucking place, which was really, really fucking far from at least where I was stationed.
Yeah.
And he'd give you your 5 lucas, and then you had to go back home. You know, we always
and
thought,
you-
like, why can't you just drop off La 5 lucas? I'm a lot closer here to my home than to have to go to the fucking warehouse.
Dude,
They'd
it's
be like, no,
ridiculous.
that's the way we got to do it.
And you
So-
couldn't even work in the warehouse, so you'd have the chance to steal the CDs.
No, of course.
A la
not.
post office in Chile.
Yeah, like in the postal office. No, not at all.
Tough racket.
That one was shitty. Do you remember like a really shitty job?
Sure.
Here?
Here?
Something like standing with a sign for all day for seeing.
A real shitty job here. Not really, man.
No?
I'm pretty much, just teaching English. I guess maybe I worked here and there for an institute that treated me like shit. But like, no, man. I mean, Chile's been pretty good to me.
Which
but
which institute?
Okay, but
no comment.
I mean, okay,
Oh,
no,
man.
this is too.
I've heard
But,
stories around here.
but why did they treat you like shit though? What would be treating you like shit? According to you? 'Cause I've heard some horror stories.
Okay, they pay you like shit and they treat you like shit.
As in, like, what? Treat you like shit? What?
Ask you to do a bunch of shit,
That
dude,
you-
for
that
very
you don't
little
have to-
money.
Yeah, that sucks. How much can you get, like, as a teacher?
Today, I mean, it's different than it was when I got here. Like, because when I got here, people had money and companies, it was like, you got to have English. And, like the institutes, I believe, have lowered the amount that they pay pretty much. It depends, man.
When I first got here, I got paid $3,500 for a 90-minute class.
You're fucking kidding me.
No.
For a 90-minute class with like 3 or 4 students.
3 lucas
I
y
believe.
media.
No, that
Yeah.
sucks, man. Like that it's hard, that
Nah,
business,
get
dude.
the fuck out, really?
Yeah, that's where I met Nicole, right? Our
Yeah?
mutual friend. Because she was like this.
Per hour for a 90-minute class?
I would have fucking paid you. I would have paid you that in a heartbeat, dude. I would have offered you 5.
Yeah, no shit. I have done some classes like on my own,
Yeah.
very few, and I've charged 10,000 for an hour.
Oh yeah, at least.
Yeah, at least.
Now, yeah.
You know? But I don't know, it's hard. I think.
I'm 20,000 minimum, dude. In case anybody needs any English classes.
Yeah, there you go. But see, you have experience as a teacher. See, I charge 10,000 because, to be honest, like I know a lot of English. I'm not really sure why shit is the way it is. You know, like if they ask me, okay, so
that's true.
how come this sentence is, I'd be like, I don't know, man. You know, like I just speak
yeah.
the fucking thing.
Yeah.
You know, which is different. That's why I charge that. You know, but you're as a teacher, you know, I bet you guys can explain. Well, there's a rule that says that.
Because we had to learn Spanish the same way, or it's like learning
Exactly.
rule by rule. Whereas
Yeah.
you're native,
Yeah, I was just
bilingual.
native, so I'm like, don't ask me that shit, bro.
Yeah.
I can speak it all you want.
I don't know it either, bro. Honestly, man. I mean, I technically I've never had a certificate, man. You know.
So how do you get a job as a teacher then? How is it?
A
Like, did you
really
show
good
up?
first impression.
Really?
Well, honestly, I remember at that time I went to lots. I went to fucking all of them, dude, in a suit in the fucking summer. And you need English, you need a teacher, you need a teacher, you need a teacher. And it was no. So I got to one, and they really liked me because it was like, dude, I was married to a Chilena. I live here. I live right there. I got all the paperwork. You know, obviously I'm a professional. So it was like, that's why I was able to get, started there. But, I had up to like 15 teachers working for me that had certification, that were certified and shit like that.
But they were native speakers.
Yeah, you see that changed too, man, in the industry where it was like that was offensive to say, and so it was like
it's offensive to say
Really, it was
native.
offensive to say that you're
Yeah, for sure. I'll explain.
No,
it was basically
that's a progressive thing.
Forever it was like I need a native teacher. It's got to be native. And it's funny because that's a stupid fucking thing to say because it's like a dude from California talks different than a dude from Texas that talks different from a dude from fucking New York. Or if you want like a British, well, fuck, what kind of British do you want,
Also,
man? Because
yeah,
there's ones that you're not going to understand, man.
Not at all, of course.
So that's a whole stupid fucking thing, right? And so basically what's happened with the change and everything and massive migrations and everything like that all over, it's like, hey, we're all American.
Uh-huh.
So fuck, I'm Mexican, I'm from Mexico, but I speak English and, I'm a native English teacher.
No, but there's a designation that is you learn.
And that is
puberty.
what they said that is offensive. I agree with you 100% at the time, man.
It sits in your brain differently. Yeah. You fucking learn a different part of your brain.
Yeah.
A native versus a non-native.
It's really, if you got somebody from Mexico or Chile or Spain that speaks English fluently, it's good enough to teach you. It's like having them or having somebody from California. Fuck, man, I got people from all over the fucking planet that lived in California. There's no specific one genre of like accent and way to study and way to do. You know what I'm saying?
It's the way it's processed in your brain.
Yeah.
And if it's born, if you learn it before puberty, the circuitry is different. Yeah. Whereas if you learn it after puberty, it sits on top of your first language. Like that's how, because you're associating it with your first language. And that's why you can call somebody not native fluent, which is the highest level you can reach, which is what I am, what you are. You're not. I'm fluent, but I'm not native.
In Spanish.
In Spanish, yeah.
So I took it for you.
That is different, but I'm not. I'm gonna say I'm fucking native Spanish because I'm offended that I can't. I don't know.
I get you. Yeah. I took fucking Spanish class for fucking years, man, in the States, and it got me here. I needed to fucking. It took me years to learn it here. How the Chileno works.
Especially if you got here older, and especially Chilean, man. Chilean's fucked.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, man, like, I had to learn how to use la wea y weón y cachai y todo eso wea para vender.
Mm-hmm.
Because I couldn't articulate the actual shit. So I couldn't actually.
With your professional suit?
So sometimes.
Mira weón la wea.
Sometimes I remember this guy. This guy took me into and I wasn't a translator, but I knew we could have a good meeting if he brought me. I knew I could have a good meeting. And it's like we're sitting there talking to this guy about buying all of this shit, dude, to go to China, and it's complex, and there's a lot of money involved in shit. Mm-hmm. And the guy explains it to me in English. And then I go to the guy and I said, "Este weón quiere vender su weá como muy barato, weón, y it's muy buena precio, y it's like he laughed and he loved it.
Really?
You know what I mean? Yeah, you have to know that you're either gonna offend that guy,
or
the motherfucker's gonna respect you and love you, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, see, I could never say that. I mean, as an interpreter, I couldn't be like, mira te culiao. No, I can't say that shit. I would love though. But I mean, at the same time, yeah, it depends. If it's like a one-on-one meeting, then yeah, you can break kind of that barrier of professionalism and be like, yeah, look, listen, this is the way it is, bro.
It's just dollars, man. Everybody wants to talk about.
In the end, yeah, everybody wants to talk about dollars and cents. So I think we're good for a break now.
A quick break, yeah.
And then we'll be back with more What Wea podcast.
What Wea?
All right.
So we're back with more What Wea podcast right here with the creator of Wexler.
Oh man, that guy's dead, bro. That shit's.
Have you learned today?
Yeah.
Posters in your institute?
Bro, I don't know. It's fucking a long time ago. Shit, I don't know.
So, but
no comment, man. Honestly, dude. That fucking.
Sorry, I didn't want to bring up.
No, I brought it up myself.
Post-traumatic stress syndrome.
Yeah, pretty much, dude. It's like it was. I was so toxic and full of the fucking stress and shit life of material guy.
Institute owners here. One of them in particular, like very nice guy when he's not being an institute owner, but he's a total prick.
Sure.
Hasn't paid people stuff.
What institute though?
I totally want to say it, but I can't.
No, that's tough, man. I'll tell you. Bro, dude, owning a business, It's not fucking easy. You gotta take risks, man. You know, and there's
right.
fucking, you know, there could be damage and shit, you know, and you try not to. You try to do the right thing. Fucking, it's a system based off everything. That dude's broke because that dude's broke because that dude's broke and that dude's broke. You know, so you gotta fucking just fucking get off the ship and fucking build another boat. You know.
A lot of people I found. I remember once I was at a gig. I was translating for these guys that do like they're called incubators in Spanish, incubadoras. So basically,
It's in English, right?
Yeah. It was like So what they do is that people that have startups or companies, they go to these guys and they tell them, okay, this is what you need to do. You know, it's like they advise them on their business or whatever. And he was talking about how most of the people would fail and then they just give the fuck up and never ever try it ever again. That nobody understood that failure was an integral part of the process.
Totally is, dude. The thing is, I'm not necessarily talking about me. And you know, if you check out before I got into, I didn't want to do comedy because it was like I left my house to move to LA, man, to be in comedy and shit when I was a kid, man. And I got into radio and it did all kinds of really cool shit, man. And it was like I got into sales because they made the money. Because being an actor is cool, I guess. You're broke. You know, being a comedian is cool, but you're broke. And so y'all work in a restaurant, right?
True.
And so basically, like, you know, all that.
You can dedicate those exact same skills for doing comedy or being an actor into scamming people. So why don't
sales, right? Sales, right? But
they actually works really well.
Yeah, man. And so, like, I forgot what I was talking about, dude. I went off on that rage there for a second.
Rage, yeah. Rage is necessary, bro.
Rage it up. Rage it good. We were all raging right now.
True. There it goes
Solid,
for the rage.
dude, you know?
Drinking whiskey at noon.
But like it was. It was basically, I didn't choose comedy because I didn't want to be out nights and weekends, and you know, I try to be with my kids as much as I can, dude. And so it's like, it was my last thing to do was choose comedy because the nights, the weekends, the bars, and all that shit. And so
the hoes,
horrible.
No, I'm just kidding.
But before that, dude, you know, I did a lot of talk like about motivation and starting your business, and you know, you don't like your fucking job, and you don't have the balls to leave. You know, I can coach you and help you with that type of shit.
Help you grow a pair of balls.
Yeah. That's the thing. People are just afraid to take risks.
Everybody is.
And you know, it's just going about what you said. You have to fail. I'm very blunt. The fact that I fucking failed. You know, it's part of my story. I'm very transparent about what I've done here, and I want to come back. You know?
You wouldn't be who you are if you hadn't failed at some point.
And so
if your parents didn't fail, right?
Exactly.
And creating it.
That's funny. Man.
Breaking that condom.
That's funny. What condom?
I think the way it happens here, I guess because of our political heritage and all that, is that I think that people, even though they don't want to admit it, resent the person that wants to
be different,
that wants to be different, or that has like a different goal.
Yeah, because they're stuck in their same situation.
I noticed that's a Chilean thing a little bit.
Do you think so?
Like chaquetero?
Yeah,
dude.
You know, but I think it all stems from I wouldn't say fear, but I think it stems a little bit from envy, because I don't know, like if you look at like the masses or the general population, they're all like, we hate our bosses, you know, fuck them, they exploit us.
You're the bad man, though, if you're the boss, though, which is not right either.
Exactly, you know, but at the same time, everybody wants to be their own boss.
Yeah, well, it's a fucked up world.
So they want to turn into what allegedly they really hate, which is like an interesting dilemma that Chilean people have, I think, like I said, because of our political heritage and all, you know, the left and the right and the coup d'etat and all that shit. So sometimes it's really hard for you to do it because there's this huge fear that people are gonna see you as you're selling out, or that you're all in only for the money. Like I've considered looking at it here and comparing it to the States or Canada. I've noticed that people think that if you're in something just solely for the money, then you suck. You know, like you're a prick.
Well, man, I'm the toilet paper man, dude, but I'd be the tampon man if it paid me.
Yeah.
You know, I don't give a fuck about that. I mean, thank God I like doing comedy. I'm definitely not interested in doing the shit that I'm doing right now for free. I'm working towards to be able to grow something out of it, you know what I mean? And it's good to do what you like to do. It is a plus to love what you do, man. And it's fucking fun comedy, man. And doing the confidencista and the thing I was doing before. The thing is, it's a new wave of people. It's a new generation, and every empresario, emprendimiento here, they're all broke. They don't have any money.
It seems like it's really hard to start a business in Chile.
Yeah. Well, it used to be really fucking easy, and so you could open multiples, no problem. But here people collect. Like when you owe somebody money, they collect on WhatsApp. They don't even call you anymore. They're afraid. It's a whole different type of empresario, emprendimiento aquí now in Chile,
yeah,
man.
You're right, man.
It's a whole generation of pussies, dude, that literally no fault of their respect, dude. But fuck you, it's different today, and the people whining and today, dude, everybody's broke today in Chile. Yeah. Today, Chile fucking sucks.
But the economy is growing. I just saw the.
Well, you know why?
Like
you want to know something, bro?
The recent quarter, it's growing.
Their plan, the system. They were gonna fucking try to throw Piñera to the sharks, blaming him on fucking the global warming and the catastrophe. Right? They've been planning this whole movement all week for the climate change thing that's happening, dude, right now. And so there's these big protests and these big conferences. I forget what they're called, but bro, Piñera turned that fucking thing around. And I tell you what, dude, that's good business. Is fucking garbage and fucking waste management and recycling shit. And dude, Piñera's gonna come out of this thing as a fucking hero and make a shitload of money.
Yeah. Well, he has a shitload of money already.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. Last episode we were talking about that. We were comparing Piñera with Trump. That there's a lot of people that fucking hate them. They think that they're innately evil.
Yeah, I mean, look, dude.
Trump has brought out a level of evil in people that we never realized existed, which is really concerning.
Do you like Trump, or do you?
Dude, honestly, I got no comment, man. No? When it comes to my comment, yeah, I do. Mm-hmm. But the reality is, all I say is do your fucking research. Yeah. And most of those people that are talking shit about Trump, like what you don't agree with them, fine. But let's just say, dude, those extremists today, they just get their fucking news from these sources that are just full of shit, man. That's just how it is. They're all brainwashed.
It's interesting that you're talking about, because last episode we were talking precisely about that, because sometimes, I don't know, you can meet somebody now that likes Piñera, and we're like, fuck that guy.
Yeah, well, the thing
he
is,
must be a fucking evil prick.
Same for Trump. Fucking facho fucker.
Well, that happens on both sides, and both of them don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, and the reality here, and I mean, I heard somebody say, "Oh yeah, it's because everybody's broke, right? And everybody's closing their businesses and shit, and they're like, oh yeah, it's the times of Piñera, bro. When Piñera was fucking president, the first time was the best time of my life, man. Chile was booming.
Yeah. It was like Wolf of Wall Street.
No, it was just high economy, investments, no problem, import, export, all this great shit. Everybody was happy. Mm-hmm. And when Bachelet when it was a smell that she might be fucking running for president, dude, all the investments stopped. We're gonna check it out. And Chile took a shit, man. Santiago was gonna be the Silicon Valley of Latin America, man. And the reason why it wasn't because of that. And now Peru's got a real fucking good advantage. So where did that money go? And what can a president do in 4 fucking years? Look, man, Chile is a fucking system where if you got your eyes open, you take your opportunities, you fucking can do well. It's the American dream. You just got to fucking know how to take your lick-ins and keep moving.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like I said, I'm not those kind of people like, oh yeah, fuck this guy. I remember I have a friend of mine. Well, he's not actually a friend, but a guy that I knew for a while there. He worked at FONASA, which is like the national
I need to get that
health thing. Yeah. So he told me that when he was working there under Piñera, shit was doing all right, because he would say in his terms, and I'm paraphrasing a little bit, he would be like, most of the guys that can steal have already stolen enough, so they're not really that much a bunch of pricks. But then when Bachelet came here and then they started doing all the changes, it's like all these guys are like, this is our time to fucking do it, man.
To steal?
Like, this is when we got it. Yeah.
From FONASA?
Yeah.
The guys that work at FONASA?
Yeah.
Because exactly, okay.
They would be like, ahora es cuando. Like, we got it now. We took it from this fucking Piñera. He had his time. Yeah. Now it's our turn.
Oh, now it's like, turn the page.
Yeah. He would say that before it was not, the people in charge would not really care that much about it. Again, these are
stealing from FONASA.
Yeah, I mean,
dude, follow the money and you find the truth.
Yeah.
Which is why these assholes today that are so brainwashed that Trump is a horrible fucking Nazi, the way those people are acting is how the Nazis acted.
Oh yeah, of course.
Everything's backwards
that's a whole
today.
yeah. I don't know if I was talking with you, But yeah,
and I ain't here to get political or talk shit or use my platform like that. It's just like facts, statistics, and it's just not because of what Fox News or fucking MSNBC tells you.
Yeah, no, I understand. I get it. Because, I've heard from a lot of people, actually, that now the left is reminding them a lot more about the far right.
Dude, the only thing the left has now today in the States, which is like the world, the only thing they have is that little girl that's fucking talking about the climate change.
Oh, Greta Thunberg or whatever.
That's all they got, dude. They tried to.
The 15-year-old girl on a sailboat.
Dude, that is
pretty
their
wild.
last
It's pretty cool.
hope, bro. That is their last hope because they have tried, they have not grown at all. And the Democrats over there, what they've done, all they've tried to do is just obstruct him and Trump and his thing, and they failed every time. So they literally got nothing. And so they got this girl. And so they're pressing her, and the children.
Of course, impeaching
and they're trying to lower the age to 16, which ain't gonna happen. But it's
they're trying to impeach Trump also again
and again. On what they have, let me dude. I'm just talking numbers and statistics and all this shit, dude. The left has put themselves in a hole, man.
Dude, I saw a statistic as I followed Donald Trump on Instagram, just for kicks to see what he puts, and it's like it's always so exaggerated. He like finds these polls. I have no idea where he finds them. But it's like, do you still stand with Trump after these impeachment proceedings? Question mark. And then it's a poll. It says yes or no. Guess what percentage says yes? That
like
90? No, 98%.
Well,
there's no fucking way. Like, how can you lie to such an extent?
Well,
how can you so blatantly lie?
I think that if you it's not my president. I don't give a shit. I'm not here to be political. I think that if you really did see the real statistics, dude, of that guy, that
there's no way it's 98%.
Let me tell you something. The fucking government, dude. Like before
his
Trump,
actual polls, it's 60% are disapproving of Trump right now. That's the real poll.
That's 60% of disapproving of Trump.
40% are approving. Yeah.
40% are approving.
Yeah, I guess we'll put it that way. 40%. I don't know. That's the poll.
I don't think so. That's just what the country's growing. Everybody's happy.
The only people that aren't doing great.
The only people that aren't are the ones living on the coast and the ones that have access to the social media and the groups and the university people. But I mean, the country is back on its feet, and it's like. Fuck, let me tell you, those other presidents before him and those other administrations robbed the country blind for years. Right. China fucking them forever, man. And so Trump, at minimum, if you follow the money, you follow the fucking real shit, Trump has shown like, hey, man, at least if you don't like me and you think I'm a racist and a Nazi, at least acknowledge the fact that all these politicians are pieces of shit, robbing you, taking all your money, lying to you, dude, for stupid shit. No,
well, in that regard, like, pretty brilliant. The fact that, he was so upfront about saying, campaign money. He didn't accept any campaign money on the trail.
No, he didn't.
In that regard. But there's still a lot of moral atrocities from Trump. At what point can you be like, well, the economy's doing well, like, we'll look the other way? And it's like mistreating of immigrants.
Is he?
Blatant, like.
I mean, is he really mistreating them more than the other presidents have under their same administration
rules?
That's
the thing, because I remember when.
Because that's what the news told you. The news told you he's horrible and he treats them like shit and the poor kid. That's Obama's plan.
Well, yeah, that's what I wanted to get at.
He signed off on that shit.
I remember when I saw, this thing about where he put these kids in cages at the border. This picture that went viral of a little kid crying.
It got debunked.
And
you can't believe anything today, bro.
I remember a lot of people saying, but that was Obama who instated that. But again, I haven't been in the States for a long ass time, so and I'm not up to their politics.
Yeah,
I'm not up to date to
either, man. I look at
it as like
it's
hard to investigate.
It's hard to investigate.
Everywhere you get it from,
it's like a reality show, right?
Yeah,
it's like a fucking reality show. So I'm focused on my shit and my kids and living here and just try to be a good guy, be better every day. And I want nothing to do with any of that rat race. I hate fucking washed out and fucking amateur comedians and show business people that use their fucking platforms to try to influence people politically and their fucking rules and all that shit. Say something funny, will you?
Yeah,
that's my attitude.
That's another thing. What's your opinion on that as a comedian? Because I've also noticed a lot of people. Did you see what's it called, Nanette or something like that? Hannah Gatsby Nanette or something. It's on Netflix. It's supposed to be like a comedy show, but it's just some lesbian chick preaching to everybody, like, oh, this happened to me, and I was like, I thought this was supposed to be a comedy.
I read like this is the new wave of comedy. It's
Yeah,
uncomfortable.
but
it's not necessarily funny. I'm like, that's not comedy.
How is that going to be comedy? That's not necessarily
changing.
It makes no sense.
Guys, look at those dudes, the Joe Rogans, the Dave Chappelles, the people with the experience. They don't fucking like doing it anymore. You know, it's coming to an end. You know, of what they're doing, because you know they're not able to
There's
use.
no end to stand-up comedy because
it's going to be an end to the way they did it, and it's going to be a whole new industry like this to accommodate this new way of doing it, politically correct, no offending, don't say this, and da da da. And before you can talk shit about anybody and everybody.
That's all. I mean, I don't dislike that comedy's had to evolve in some way. Because there were a lot of like cheap jokes.
Yeah.
There are things you watch now, it's just like it's funny because it fuck gay people. And like it's not. That's not a joke.
But do you consider it an evolution though? Because I have like
a good question.
Yeah, because I have a problem with the term evolution, because sometimes shit changes for whatever reason, and a lot of people are really quick to label it as evolution. No, comedy has evolved now, you know. But isn't necessarily that, because
it's taken a turn.
I feel that if anything, it's gotten a lot safer than ever, because they're going to be like politically correct. We're not going to make fun of gays. We're not going to make fun of these. We're not going to make fun of that. And in the end, like, what do you got? Because I feel if you watch a comedian, if you follow,
you
like,
got no work.
Yeah, if you follow like a comedian, Dave Chappelle, Aziz Ansari, whoever, you want to hear like what he has to say, right? So if all comedians now are going to be like this washed up, really safe, I'm not going to make fun of this or that, then at the end, what are you following? Like, what are you actually watching?
Well, that's what it is.
I haven't seen any comedian be like that, especially that safe. Like Dave Chappelle now.
No, Dave Chappelle.
No, not those.
You go the other way.
Yeah, but Dave Chappelle, Bill Burr, they are who they are because of that. Because they don't give a fuck about like the trends that comedy should follow.
Yeah,
quote unquote.
And they design their own business, and they create their own thing, and they don't have to take orders. You know what I mean? They just have to sell seats.
At the end of the day, I don't think it's going to be a law that you can't tell certain jokes. It was considered in the popular consciousness.
No, man, I'm pretty scared of that. I'm pretty scared of
it's
that.
gonna be a law?
You keep going and keep going. It's just about censorship and fucking freedom of speech, man, when you take it away, I believe, dude. It's like, can't say that, can't say this, but at the same time...
What, the thought police or whatever?
Bro, yeah, I mean, it is literally, man, like, no freedom of fucking thinking, no freedom of thought, and no freedom of expression. You can't say this, you can't say that, but it's like...
You can say it's good or double good.
I mean, you know, honest to God, I love everybody, and I hope everybody can just laugh at what I got to say, and I don't hope to offend anybody anytime, anywhere, man, but it's just like, I think everything's fucked up on the planet today, and everything's fucking ass backwards, dude, and I'm just trying to make it until I fucking go. Yeah. And when I go this next time, I am not coming back, dude.
So your comedy, do you do it only in English, or do you do it in Spanish? Oh, just in Spanish.
Just in Spanish.
Okay. So I'm not telling you to tell me like your routine, but what do you censor yourself for? And what's your show about?
Well, I mean, I'm always evolving. I'm always learning. I'm always trying to take it very seriously, dude, to take any gig I can and take constructive criticism, because I've only been in it for like less than 3 months, man. And,
okay.
And so, not here in Chile, you know what I'm saying? And so, like, I think I'm doing really good as far as growing, and I learned a lot about the business aspect, and I'm really happy that I have, like, October pretty much scheduled, and I can just focus on content and get back, like, to my roots, man, you know? Like, Mauricio Medina, you know that dude, El Indio?
Sure.
He's fucking...
I know.
He helps me out a lot.
El Indio
El Indio Flaco.
Okay.
El Dinamita Show.
Okay,
Yeah.
Mauricio Medina. Okay, yeah, I know.
Him, and that also Pilar Ortega, she helps me out a lot, dude. And so it's like, you know, I'm always evolving. I can tell you my character is evolving, because I'll be the character I have to be to reach the people, to get asses in the seats. And so I can tell you that it started off like, you know, let's just say I have turned down my sexist jokes, man, you know, and I have turned down these things, and I have evolved, and I have changed, man, taking everything into consideration, because my influence were these comedians from like the 80s and shit, man.
Yeah.
And so it was like Andrew Dice Clay and shit.
There's certain comedy you watch now, and you say, thank God that's not funny now. You know what I mean?
See, that's an interesting point, because to me, okay, so what I don't remember what the fuck I was watching. It was an old ass comedy show, and I remember reading the comments after. It was on YouTube, and they were like, oh man, these fucking people, how could they laugh at that? So ignorant and shit. And I think, just like you.
Put their address on the fucking internet, man. And you know what? Don't buy their stuff and fucking.
Like, I think, I don't know, if comedy, I don't know, like, I'm gonna go home and beat my wife, you know, like that kind of comedy. I think that if there are certain people that laugh at that, does not necessarily make them people that are unwilling to evolve or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
You know, because...
Also, it's funny just because it's offensive. Like,
yeah.
Well, yeah, but also, like, it's an advantage living here. Like, dude, okay, for example, I had this black joke that was fucking funny, which you do not do in the States. But here in Chile, regarding Haitians or Dominicans, a funny joke, dude. We're talking about it. Well, I had a joke, you know, where it was like, dude, I like all the Haitians living here, you know, and the Dominicans living here, dude. I feel like I'm back home in LA because it wasn't like this 3 years ago in Chile, dude, and before. You know, there's a whole new multiculture of people, and it's great and it's beautiful, right? And I had this joke which I thought was funny, and I had some friends that thought it was funny, and then I went in there and I said, man, I saw somebody who was from Haiti or the Dominican working there. I was like, dude, I can't do it.
But I thought,
what was the joke?
I told you the joke. It was like, I like it here. It makes me feel like I'm back in LA.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Why would that be offensive?
Well, it not necessarily wouldn't be, right?
Right.
But the thing is, I saw it. I made the decision. I'm not going to say it.
Yeah, you're like,
I don't want to do it. And somebody else did one. Okay. I hear them all the time.
Yeah.
I made the decision not to.
Every time you hear Haitian in a shitty bar and a shitty stand-up club, the next thing is somebody say a joke about Super Ocho. Every fucking time.
Yeah.
I've heard it I don't know how many times.
About Super Ocho.
Just throw it together. Here comes a Haitian.
And there comes the Super Ocho.
Yeah. Bang, bang, bang. Laughter. Yeah. Uncomfortable laughter. Got it.
I mean, I'll tell you what. You take a typical Chileno who's selling those Super Ochos, and then you take a fucking Haitian who's selling those Super Ochos. That Haitian is probably selling more and running around faster and fucking making more money.
Yeah, they're
man.
really into their jobs, man.
Yeah, dude. Well, and the Venezuelans too. They're growing in this country, dude.
Venezuelans work their ass off.
Dude, they're growing. God
People
bless them, bro.
Here, man.
Well, I love them, dude.
I love them too.
When
Especially
I met
the women.
Yeah, when I met the Venezuelans, dude, it's when I found out, about other women other than Chileans. You know what I mean? Dude,
Yeah,
what Venezuelans are like, and what the other one, the Venezuelan, also Colombian are like, dude. It's distinct, you know.
How would you distinguish the Colombians from the Venezuelans in Chile?
They're ass.
Nah, no. No, Venezolanas are pretty voluptuous, I would say too.
Yeah, but not as like the Colombians. The Colombians are like a whole another game.
Do you think?
Yeah, I know so. So my girlfriend, she worked with a lot of Colombians and Venezuelans, and you could tell like which one was Colombian and which one was Venezuela right away. Even walking down the street here, man, you could tell.
Shit,
yeah,
dude.
Yeah, they're crazy hot.
No, the Colombian girls that I've met here are like
awesome.
It's a Tuesday night. We're going out to a club, and we might be doing cocaine in the bathroom. I'm not saying they're all like that. I've met a few.
I used to work with a guy that was from Colombia. I work with a guy from Colombia, and I remember that we were talking about that. I'm like, yeah, Colombians are really hot. He's like, dude, you know nothing at all. These are the shitty Colombians, man. They had to run away from them, man. They fucking suck. You have not seen a hot Colombian girl yet. I'm like, get the fuck out, man. Come on, like, you know, just walking out. Look at her, man. Nobody. You have no idea. You have no idea.
God bless them.
You know? God bless them. God bless immigration.
No,
Colombians,
that's wonderful.
Venezuelans.
I did a stand-up set like a month ago, and during the set, I just made fun of myself pretty hard. A lot of like,
My dick is small.
Yeah, small penis jokes. Like throw myself down hard, but I like laughed the whole time. At the end of the set, this like tall, voluptuous Venezuelan girl. She's just like, "You have a girlfriend?" She just walks up to me. Like, I'm just hanging out by myself looking at my notes.
So she walked up to you, and the first words that came out of her mouth are, do you have a girlfriend?
Do you have a girlfriend? And I was like, no.
That's the way they are.
No. And then bang, she just like assaulted my face.
No shit.
It was amazing. It was amazing.
Does that happen
I gotta
to you
hang
still?
out with you more.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. Most of my life, women fucking walked all over me, treating me like shit. But I think I'm pretty blessed in that department today, man. I'm very happy.
Yeah. Awesome, man.
Yeah.
Then
No complaints there?
No complaints, and
no, doing comedy and meeting women, it just goes together really easily.
Sure. Comedy.
It does. It really does.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. I learned a lot when my last thing that I was doing about the social media and shit, and it's I don't really think I use it. Where am I trying to go with this, man? I'm a complicated guy that just misses his mom, dude. So I like to.
Are we all?
I like to find some nice.
Description. I'm just a complicated guy that misses his mom.
I like to
That's great,
find
man.
some nice older woman, dude, that's chill and just had her life, and now she just wants to relax and chill out. Like, I mean, I'm only 37, but I'm a fucking old man, dude. Like, honestly, and so I say a lot with pride, but that's usually what I look for, man.
You don't want a girl, you want a woman.
I've never really had. I had one girlfriend that was like 30, but other than that, I've always had older women. Yeah.
Really? So you like them older?
Yeah.
Did you
sure.
ever have a midlife crisis?
Lots of them.
Lots of them.
The
Yeah.
midnight crisis is 40, correct?
I don't know. I don't think that there's an age. I think it's when you come to terms with the fact that you're getting older.
That
I think.
you're past prime.
I remember that it happened to me not too long ago. It didn't last for so long, but I remember that I did feel a little bit like shit.
Yeah,
Well,
and it's just being like, oh, now I'm not gonna like. You feel like you're growing as a human being, and then all of a sudden
I just kind of felt like I miss fucking around.
Oh, okay.
Like I miss, like the random ass sex with no attachments later on or whatever, the partying till late, But at the same time, if I even tried to, I wouldn't be able to, Like I'm partying till 2:00 a.m. and I'm just ready to go to bed. I'm just thinking about my bed. Like, yeah, this is awesome. Just make myself a little bowl of soup and get to bed, watch some TV shows, and yeah, awesome.
Oh, dude, I much prefer it.
Yeah, me too. Me too. But at the
Yeah.
same time, I was kind of looking back on like, yeah, I remember when I was younger, and I remember that I used to party like a lot. Like I said, I wouldn't call it like a crisis per se, but I remember that a couple of weeks ago I went through that feeling like, fuck, I'm getting old.
Well, you got that midlife crisis, probably when something bad happens to you. That's one crisis, right? Mm-hmm. You got that midlife crisis where you don't know what the fuck you're doing in life, and you feel really fucking confused and stupid. And you're going nowhere, and what do you want to do, right? That's like the midlife crisis. But I think like for the people that the wolves out there that want to make something for themselves, it's the crisis of like really fucking hitting the bottom and coming back up is what's like the best part, man.
But have you hit the bottom here in Chile?
Yeah.
Have you been like, like there's no fucking way I'm recovering from this?
No, I'll always say I'll be back.
Yeah? You
Yeah.
always say that.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a Rocky.
I don't think I've ever been to a point where I'm like, yeah, now I'm totally fucked.
No, I've never been there either.
No,
Yeah.
me neither. Have
Dude,
you been there? Like at a
yeah.
point where you're like, I'm fucked.
Yeah. I've been there, dude, literally with like fucking Tuluk in my fucking pocket with nothing coming in. Like, what am I going to fucking do?
God. And how do you recover from that?
I'll tell you that if you fucking maintain a good attitude and you never fucking give up, miracles happen.
Really? So you believe in miracles?
For sure.
Yeah?
Yeah. Well, we call them miracles. That's why it's like, oh, God gave it to me. God bless. No, you literally don't give up. You keep going. You maintain a positive attitude. Something's going to happen where you're like, dude, thank God.
Yeah.
The result here with my fucking phone today, which, by the way, a year ago and before, I'd be freaking the fuck out. I wouldn't be able to handle it.
What happened to your phone, though?
Well,
For
it's
the
just-
people that have not heard it.
Well, it's like, they turn it off because it wasn't paid like they do every fucking 2 months. They charge me interest. It's great. It's no problem. I've been doing it for fucking years. And it's just today I paid it. It's not on the service. It's not
So
on.
you went through a couple stages, bargaining with God,
Yeah, the 5 stages of
of grief.
Yeah. And so it's like, I don't know what the fuck to do, man, like to take care of it. And they say, oh, we'll go to that one, and it's to go wait in line, and it will give me an anxiety attack, man, to fucking go to Intel and sit there and wait for some lady to ask me questions and then be like, I don't know what they're going to say. But I know it'll be fixed. Mm-hmm. It will get better, and it's temporary.
You ever seen 2.5 Men?
Yeah.
You've seen 2.5 Men?
Unfortunately,
Unfortunately, you don't
funny.
like it?
it's a shitty show, man.
Really?
It's a shitty show.
I love it, man.
Talk about safe comedy. That's fucking safe
I don't think
comedy,
that's safe, man. A lot of people called it out for being misogynistic or whatever.
Oh yeah, for sure. That guy was fucking bitches all the time, man.
All the time. He was
The way
treating
he
them like
was,
shit.
and he was making that his brother was like some beta male pussy
beta
that
male
was just
pussy,
fucking
exactly.
yeah, and the kid was fat and stupid. Sorry.
Yeah, no
sorry.
problem, no problem.
Kid was
It's
fat
safe because
and
every
stupid.
joke is the same. Every episode's the same. It's
I don't
the
know,
exact
I-
same show. It never changes.
I think you haven't seen it enough, bro.
Oh, man.
I would think so. I mean, I've seen all episodes. At least with Charlie Sheen, I've seen them all.
Yeah, Charlie
many
Sheen. I
times.
don't care about the other ones,
Yeah,
man.
me neither.
Charlie Sheen's a fucking man.
So
dude.
there's this episode of 2.5 Men where Alan, which is his brother, he's the guy that looks over like all the bills that have to be paid or anything. And at the beginning of the episode, he's freaking the fuck out because he's like, Charlie, we have no money. He's like, what do you mean I have no money? You know, like, call my accountant. You know, and he's like, okay, who's your accountant? He's like, I don't know. I think I got the number here. And then they meet like this really fucking sketchy ass guy. And Alan is like going ballistic over. He's like, man, we have no fucking money. We're gonna have to lay off Berta, which is our housekeeper.
Yeah.
And you have to cut down on your expenses, man. Because Charlie is like, you know, he's like a guy that has a lot of fucking money and has not a care in the world.
Yeah.
So he spends like, he buys crazy ass expensive whiskey and he gambles fucking money galore.
Yeah, he's got high taste.
He got high taste.
Cigars. He
hires
lives in Malibu.
$2,000 hookers and shit like that.
Imagine that.
So all the episode is Alan like trying to find ends meet, trying to make ends meet. You know, he goes and looks for jobs.
Oh, he works really hard, and Charlie doesn't give a fuck.
And Charlie's like, don't worry about it, man. Like, something's gonna work out. He's like, no, shit does not just work out.
I'm the beta male of this show.
Yeah. He's like, you have to, you know, do something about it. You know, these are the hard times. You have to save money. And shit's like, don't worry. And then at the end, he gets like a crazy ass fucking deal for singing kids songs of all things. You know?
Yeah, he makes money. Here's a check.
He makes money. He's like, there you go. And then in the end, and Alan, he went through like these he takes these pills that are like he's being like a guinea pig for some sort of medicine. So he has like sores on his face, all fucked up, and then in the end he's all like suffering, you know, and spasming. And then they call Charlie and they're like, yeah, we're gonna send you a check for I don't know. And he's like, see, what did I tell you?
Really
Something did work out.
That's funny. That's funny,
bro. Like I'm very before comedy, it was all about motivation, and it was all about get up and stand up. I talked a lot about that on my show. It was the Farm Matrix, man. It was really cool. And so, one time, man, like literally, fucking, I'm telling you, so broke. Ex-wife yelling at you, electricity cut, you got nothing fucking going right. It's really fucking tough. And it's like where I used to live when I moved to Bella Vista. And got to really know La Vega and the places outside La Vega. It's where I was able to find food, man. And I remember fucking sitting there and finding this fucking soup for Luca that had a piece of chicken inside. What a typical Chilean Santiago would say where the flighties eat and shit afuera. You know what I'm saying?
It's food.
It's like, bro, I sat there, man. Outside the river out there by the Rio Mapocho with all their other dudes. They got I'm in the same as their boat as they am. You know what I'm saying? Fuck, I'm all fucked up, man.
Don't worry.
But it was like, I remember sitting there eating my soup and I was crying. But I was crying because I was so fucking happy I found this place. You know?
No way.
And I could eat this fucking meat and I could eat like this to get back. And I got my protein. God bless, keep going. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's like, yeah, miracles do happen. The thing is, they're normal. This is how it works in this fucking 3-dimension that we live in right now. But we're told that, no, it's hard,
La Vega,
it's
the deals
difficult.
in La Vega, especially La Vega Chica, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, man. You get like a garbanzo bean, 1,000 pesos, 1,500 pesos, like more than you can eat. Yeah.
It's crazy. So
I'm sure you're Mr. Chili and everything. Come down, we'll hang out there one time. I'll take you to go to lunch over there.
Let's
dude.
get super high and go to La Vega, bro.
Yeah. Yes, maybe make a video. Maybe make a video.
Yeah.
It'd be fucking funny. I'll introduce you to my caseta.
So I do actually remember a time that I was like pretty much not hitting rock bottom, but almost. So I lived in Canada. I was alone there. All my family was here, and I lived alone there. I rented a place with 2 chicks that were younger than I was, and an older guy. And I used to work, I was a forklift operator. So I drove a forklift around. That was my job. And then,
right on, dude.
That's pretty cool.
And
that is cool.
Yeah, and recession hit. And over there in Canada, I know in the States it must be similar. They would pay you by the hour, right? So I got paid $19 an hour, which is good money. So I remember always comparing that to Chile because, for example, in Chile, if they tell you, listen, tomorrow don't come into work. Here you'd be like, awesome, a fucking day off, you know. But over there, since they pay you at the hours, like, why do you not want me to come in tomorrow, man?
Bro.
You know.
How old are you, Chris?
It's a fucked up system that gets in your head the fact that you want to work and you need to work.
Yeah, have to fucking
you have
work,
to work when you
dude.
work, right? So, recession hit, and they were like, "Listen, we're fucked up here. Transportation is fucked up. Prices are going crazy. So we're gonna try to give you as much work as we can, but we can't promise you anything." So I remember I would used to work like an average of 9 to 10 hours per day, which is like $19 an hour. It was like $1,190 a day.
Yeah.
And from that, I went in 2 days to work like 5 hours a month.
Damn.
You know, like it was fucking crazy.
Holy shit.
That's depressing.
Yeah, it was, and I remember it just hit me like that, and from no accord of my own, you know, like I remember, okay, maybe if I fucked up the money on blow or whatever, you know, like you brought it onto you, bro, but it was just like, listen, recession hit, you know, and you're the fucking immigrant too, so at the same time, you know, like we love you and all, you work all right, but we have people that are actually hired, you know, so we got to take care of them first. So yeah,
I was just talking to my buddy.
We'll let you know whenever shit happens.
Good luck, right?
Yeah,
You know?
good luck. So I remember that I had to look for other jobs, and I did fucking movings. I fucking swept floors. You know, I fucking did everything.
That's probably one of the shittiest jobs, but a good job, man. But like, probably one of the hardest jobs I had was being a custodian at the university I worked at.
Really?
Yeah, because the people would see me fucking cleaning the garbage, cleaning the fucking toilets and shit. It makes my hen out of you, dude.
Yeah, I did that shit too. I was also a swamper, which is the people that
What is
you know
that?
what a swamper
What the hell's
is?
a swamper?
Yeah, he knows what a swamper is. All right. Yeah, I've seen it. You've been to the bottom, bro. A swamper is okay. So the people that they load the trucks with whatever goods that they, let's say, Farmacia Homa. Right? You get a truck full of shit for Farmacia Homa.
Yeah.
So they're in pallets, right? So you get to the warehouse and people take it off the pallets, and then somebody has to sort all the different products that come in that pallets, and you have to put them in other different pallets and label them. And that's called a swamper. So you have to break down that shit. It's a fucking shit job. You know, they pay you like $5 an hour. You know, and you got to be there like fucking early because they get, you know, they're going to las farmacias, right? So you got to be there like at 4 in the morning. We start, and you work only till 6 a.m. You know, like those were like my shifts from 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. You know, when people are fucking fast asleep, I was there like, you know, and then
That's nuts,
and then I would go and get a hash brown and A&W. You know, like all right, I ate today.
Wow.
At the way shit's going, like right now, honestly, I'd die for. I would love a fucking full-time job. I'd love a full-time job with Radio Futuro doing sales, advertising, dude. I would love that, and like being able to just focus on comedy, which is at night and shit like that. You know what I mean? For me to have a fucking contract with a salary is fucking Disneyland. Okay.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, man, because like I know, dude, bro. Fuck a licencia for depression. Get the fuck out of here, bro. I could cash out on that for sure, but no me sirve nada. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like all that bullshit that I've never been able to do, which is great that I've had employees do and all that shit. I'll tell you, man, it's fucking hard to be the owner, dude. You get it, but basically like. It's fuck. I'll tell you, I'm having such a good time here, dude. But I forgot what I was talking about again.
That's the whiskey for you.
Yeah,
but you were talking about how you would love to have a salary, a full-time job.
Yeah, and so basically playing the system here, man. It's like, dude, the only reason why I'm not like a manager at a company, dude, like with a very good sweldo, is because that I don't have a degree technically, and if I'm playing, you know, the whole farm matrix process to doing it with headhunters and shit, and go through the process of the psychology department, I'd have to do that. So I need like a special situation, pituto, hookup, contact, you know, like I've always done my entire fucking life, because I've never had the shit to. I've never had those certificates. I've never had that, but I find a way to get through it. So it basically, like, you know, it's funny because, like, you know, God bless my ex-wife, and I'm working real hard to, you know, pay more and do all that shit, dude. I really am. But it's like me being independent, hustling, teaching English classes, selling toilet paper, selling fucking jewelry, man, fucking like getting some paid now finally for some gigs, dude, money here and there and things like that. It's like I make more money than I would working at that fucking call center, dude.
That's exactly the point.
Oh, for sure.
That's exactly the point.
And it doesn't like sap your soul, right? That's the biggest thing.
That's exactly
the point. It doesn't sap your soul.
That's exactly the point.
That's just something I gotta try to get, you know, everybody to understand.
But see, like, I empathize with you guys because, for example, if now that were to happen to me, what happened to me in Canada, they told me, listen, from one day to another, listen, you're going to make like 900% more, less, sorry. I still got my mom, at least. You know, like, if everything went to total fucking shit, like,
you still got your live stream,
you know,
right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, but let's say even that shit goes to shit. Like, imagine, I don't know, Google just says, listen, your channel, we're not gonna pay you anymore. Fuck you, or whatever. You know,
Obama appears and
he strikes me down.
Piece of shit.
You know, or whatever. Interpretation jobs are not coming in. Anything in at the very fucking least, I could go back crying to my mama, like, listen, do you have like an empty place where I could stay at? You know. At least.
Yes.
You guys are fucking alone.
No,
Well,
I
yeah,
could go back to the United States.
Well, I saw that, man. You have a very lovely family that was supporting you. You made videos with them when you were in the States with your mom and dad, and they're having a good time with you.
Yeah,
and things
I mean,
that.
I don't
really
see
cool,
them very
man.
often, but when we do see each other, our relationship has improved like drastically over the past like 7 or 8 years.
That's because you don't see them.
That's exactly it. That's the best thing you can do.
Yeah.
If you have a bad relationship with your parents, just don't talk to them.
Dude, my fucking mom, you know, she's always worried about me, and I was always the good kid too. It's fucking funny, but like she's always worried about me and thinking, you know, I'm all fucked up and everything. It's like, dude, mom, you know what, man? Get an Instagram. And it's like, oh, I don't want to get an Instagram. I don't know. I'm like, dude, just
get it.
You want to see me? You want to see what I'm doing and check out the shit?
My parents don't give a fuck. They don't know about my comedy really. They just like, well, he's being weird and doing stuff.
Well, my mom literally said,
that's all they know from me.
Being weird and doing stuff.
But I talk to them and ask them questions about their lives. I try to like make it about. I mean, I'm still pretty.
It's good to maintain like, you know, positivity and support to it. I mean, it's literally like, no, I don't want to see you break it. Literally, they say to me, I don't speak Spanish. I'm not going to understand you. I mean, bro, if my mom or my brother or my son was like, yo, I'm doing fucking Uzbekistani fucking cooking on a show, I'd be like, where do I fucking do it? You know, where do I see it, man? You know? Fucking A.
But that's something like, that's some type of gringo shit, though.
No, it is. Like, it's different, therefore, I'm not going to try to be, like, understand it. Even if it's, like, your own children. Like, it's... I remember the weird factor's too much.
Yeah, like, for example, I remember when I did my web series, we were going to air the last episode at a bar, and we had, like, a lot of people going there, and my mom was like, please, can I go? I'm like, why do you want to go, Mom? She's like, please, I want to see you, you know? You made a web series, you know? Like, please, I want to be there.
That's
you know, and then
awesome.
You got this contrast as him, like, nah, I don't want to see your shit. And you like, he does some stuff.
Yeah,
dude, I was talking to this woman on Tinder, man, like the other day, and it's like, you know, at this point, man, it's like, you want to know what I do? Search me on Instagram.
Yeah.
And I tell them it's important. Go to the bottom, too. Because you can see more about me and what I used to do and all this other shit. You can see about the toilet paper thing. Don't just look at the first fucking 5 things, dude. Go all the way down.
Go all the way down.
And it's like, oh, wow, I'd love to go and see one of your shows. I'm like, man, I can't really do this, man. You know what I'm saying? The stress of this, dude, of them wanting to go see your show. They say the same thing. You know, I don't want to say I do comedy. But it's like, if they search me in the red socials, if they search my name on YouTube, and look, I think I'm really talented, but at the same time, search my name on YouTube and it's all me. That's not because I'm talented, that's because I did the fucking job, man.
Yeah.
I've loading up the shit, putting the hashtags and all the fucking shit, you know? So it's like, they do find me, you know? And by all means necessary, I'm not fucking rich and famous, man. You know what I'm trying to say, dude? By all means necessary.
Yeah, I totally get you. So if now that you're a comedian and you have people that go to watch your shit, what would happen if suddenly... Do you want to be an impresario again?
You are an impresario, dude, doing comedy.
I love that because a lot of people don't like that kind of shit.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's part of it.
Even movies, for example. I think that here, for example, the problem is that if you go like to film school here in Chile, they're gonna be like, yeah, you have to do movies because you feel it from your heart.
That's
what you want to do.
Everybody invites me to do projects, and it's por el amor del arte.
Yeah,
nobody fucking
pays. Yeah,
Can
dude,
somebody find an angel?
That's a fucking vice here, you know, because anywhere else,
negativity. Fuck them. Fuck their attitude. This fucking. I don't mean to cut you off. This fucking woman. I don't know no name. I don't even know her name, man. If she's listening, fuck her. But like, you know, I remember she was telling me, oh, Brett, you know, your character is blah 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 blah. I'm like, well, you know, it's just a character, you know. Oh, well, you know, isn't it like art from, you know, within? And I'm like, you know, fuck you, lady. You know, and your negative fucking attitude. And somebody else, like, you know, with their negative attitude telling you, like, oh, you gotta be organic and it's not a business. Motherfucker, this is a business.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what I'm getting at. You know,
So I don't
a lot
wanna
of
say
people,
any names,
people
but if he's
resent
listening,
you.
fuck you.
In film school here in Chile, they'll be like, you gotta do movies because movies are what feeds the soul and shit like that. And nobody teaches anybody how to sell their shit, how to turn it into a product.
I think Ruffinelli.
I've got a buddy who made an awesome movie called De Repente.
Okay.
If you like, he produced a full fucking movie. They premiered it at Cine Arte Alameda. Mm-hmm. It's like one of the best independently produced Chilean films I've seen I think it may be my life.
I'd
It's
love
really
to do
funny.
a fucking movie. Dude.
It's really funny.
I'd love
Nobody's
to.
seen the movie.
Yeah, I
They
never
did
heard
such
of
a
it.
good job putting together this movie. I can just give you the link. You can watch it.
Cool.
It's really good. Nobody fucking knows what it's about because he was only taught how to make the film.
Exactly, and then you don't have like a course that is like, okay, how to sell your shit, how to fucking pitch it.
No, that's the
because
thing people lack.
here, for some reason, and I think again it's because of our political heritage, that is like you can't make money out of art. Art should be something that is immaculate.
Oh, so you think it comes from the political heritage?
I think so. I think it's because of that. Like remember like back in the 70s. Well, I wasn't born, but at least from what I've heard from my family is really funny because my mom's family is really, really, really to the left. They're like really leftists for fuck's sake. And my
fuck's sake.
my dad's family, they're all really to the fucking right. They're like facho así a cagar.
Yeah.
Terrible facho. So I would spend an equal amount of time with my mom's family and with my dad's family. So I ended up growing getting tired of both of them. But
Good.
But I remember that they would always be like, yeah, art is something that you do because you feel like it, and no, it shouldn't be that way. Everybody,
paid.
you want your product, let's call it a product. You want it to be solvent. You want it to be sustainable. You want to make shit that
And that's
gives
weird
you money.
because when I tell some of my friends that, like Chileans, they do sort of look at me like, "Oh, well, I guess you want to be popular." It's like I want to make money for what I'm doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I've gotten a little bit of that vibe.
Yeah, it's happened to
I
me
don't
too.
have any fucking time for negativity or losers do when it comes to that type of fucking talk. I really don't. Fucking phone service back on.
Is it working? There you go.
I do. It worked,
There you go.
man. God bless you, Caesar, dude. Everything, dude. Goddamn. I knew everything would be good.
See, America.
There are angels do exist.
It's a miracle, motherfucker.
There you go.
know what I'm trying to say, bro?
That's a miracle, you fuck.
Oh, dude, here was a miracle one time real quick, man. I remember I was going to summer school when I was in school, right? And me and my buddy John, we got stoned as fuck, and we went into the first day of class, right? And they couldn't, and it's, all the homies and everything. It's chill, but it's summer fucking school, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, they wouldn't call my name. I'm like, what's my name? What's my name? And the teacher was like Lagarini to the fucking woman who gave me a fucking D, which made me fucking have to go to summer school because D's were failing. And she looks, and she knows she made a mistake. She's like, I decided to give you a C-. So I was like, so I don't have to fucking be here right now, dude, all summer, dude? No, you don't. Like, later, motherfucker. That was a miracle, bro. That was a miracle. Straight up, man.
But going back to the fact about making money, like for example, I also have another podcast that I do that's not in English, it's in Spanish. And
I'd love to be on it sometime.
Yeah, no shit. And we have a lot of sponsors. We have like 4 sponsors.
Great.
And they pay us a sum of money every month for sponsoring them. And this podcast has been going on for a bit over a year. And the first 6 or 7 months, we had no sponsors or anything.
Never give up.
We were always talking about, we would like to have sponsors, And since we got sponsors, I've read some comments, far in between, It's not like a recurrent thing. But I've heard like, now you have sponsors, oh, fuck you.
Well, I'll give you toilet paper.
Why don't you
if
feel
plug
happy
me.
for me, you motherfucker?
Exactly, because they're haters.
Yeah.
Because they're not happy with their current fucking situation.
Yeah.
And so they'll bring you down, and you really can't fuck with any of that shit. And there's a lot of that shit in comedy too, man. But I'll be happy to throw you some toilet paper rolls to clean your ass, dude, if you plug me on the fucking show.
Cool. Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
I'll throw in one of those things you throw in your toilet so the water's blue. I got that going on.
Pato Burific. Yeah. Awesome.
I'm so happy my phone's back.
Cool, man.
Yeah, totally changed.
So I guess we're done for today.
Yeah, dude, I gotta tell you, man, I had a fucking great time, dude.
Cool.
Thank you
That's
very
good.
much,
That's
dude.
the idea.
Yeah.
That's the idea. I'm glad you enjoyed it, man.
Well, I've gotten to know you guys a little bit more. I've gotten to know Chris a little bit. They used to tell me, hey, you gotta. Mauricio Palma was the dude. He's like, oh, you gotta know Chris, man. He's the gringo and everything, man. And it's like, I want you to know, man, I fucking think you're really funny and you're really talented. I'm really happy to be in your podcast, dude.
Dude, I'm happy you came along. It's been a great episode.
Yeah,
Right on.
it's been a really great
Interesting.
episode. So where can people find you if they want to
Search
learn
me,
more about you?
Brett Wexler 619 is my Instagram. I'm thinking about changing it to bread and butter so motherfuckers just can follow me easier.
Yeah,
Right.
bread
You know,
and butter.
but I'm working really hard to grow my social media, dude, and I'm at that bit, bro. I got gigs here and
So
there.
what is it? Brett Wexler 619.
Yeah.
Brett
RETT.
Okay, Brett Wexler 619.
Yeah.
And hopefully they can go to your shows.
I just got 600 followers the other day. I'll tell you, man. Like, I work really hard on that. Something's gonna happen where I'm gonna grow. But 3 months ago, 4 months ago, I had like nobody. You know, trust it. Like, you know, so it's like I'm just really stoked how everything's working out. I'm ready to start making some fucking money.
Cool, man.
You know, thanks a lot for having me on your show.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for a great episode, Chris. Any closing comments?
No, I'm trying to think of what I could say for the closing comment. Oh, the word. I think the word for the episode should be, or the term, rock bottom.
Rock bottom. Okay, better than the other one that we had. Okay, yeah.
I think back
bottom.
the baby steps. I think rock bottom.
Okay,
Rock
bottom.
You ain't got to go home, but you can't stay here.
Yeah,
That's rock
rock bottom is cuando llegáis y estáis así en la mierda misma.
Yeah, I think that's more memorable. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so this has been What Wea Podcast. Thank you for tuning in. Remember that we have an Instagram at What Wea Podcast. We have also a YouTube channel, What Wea, with a question mark at the end. And thanks for listening.
Next week we might be able to get Instagrammer Nico Clemens.
Maybe.
We'll see.
Who knows? We'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, I guess.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.
Right.